Alright, what's up, Saggies? So this is going to be your monthly reading. We're going to figure out what the theme of the month of July is for you, what's coming, what lessons, challenges, and the good things. I've already pre-shuffled the deck, so we can go ahead and get started. Alright, what is the theme of July for Sagittarius? What is the theme of July for Sagittarius? Oop, okay. Okay, so I got the Five of Cups and the Page of Wands. I'll say the imagery it gave me, it was just a little, it was a little dramatic. Not saying that in a bad way. I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm not making fun of you. Okay, so the month of July, hey, the theme of it, it might be feeling a little bit aimless in the month of July. It might be feeling a little, almost like, okay, it's almost like you feel like undeserving in July. Like you have like, July is like a lot of free time, or like just like a month of leisure, or a month of just like low key, like nothing's too much, nothing stressful is happening in July, nothing too bad is happening in July. But I feel like you might be seeing people in July, other people in your life having a hard time, or like other people like going through like a tough period, and you're kind of over here just chilling, and it's like almost a sense of guilt and almost a sense of shame, like you should be doing something more, like you should be you should be having, like you feel like you should be having a harder time than what you are, or like you feel a little just like, yeah, and it's like, and then you feel bad because you feel bad about feeling bad. And it's like, I feel like you feel like you have no one to talk to, because it's like you feel like everybody else is going through such a worse time than you. You feel like if you were to say anything, it would just sound like just like moaning and complaining. And it's like, so then you feel then you feel even more isolated and trapped in that negative feeling that you're going through. And and it makes you feel even worse because you're like, yeah, it's just a complicated feeling that you're going through in July. And it might be like because these past few, you might have been like, because like these past few months, maybe because you're not recognizing it, but you have been going through a tough time, Sagittarius. So like July, but when July comes, you're so used to going through such a tough time that when July comes and it is not so tough anymore, you don't know what to do with yourself. That's like the you're just kind of like, it's almost like the image of like you could be traveling, and you could be like, it could be a trip that you could be on a trip right now, and you could be traveling, and you could be, supposed to be having a great time. But I like, I can't help but see like some of you on the balcony, like it's like a Paris night, and you're on the balcony with a glass of wine, and you're just sighing, and you're not having a good time. And that's completely valid, because like, listen, when something for so long is stressful, when something for so long is just heavy on you, and then for it to all of a sudden lift off of you, and now it's like things like, it's almost like things around you are acting like nothing's ever happened. Like it's like, or you yourself almost feel like you're acting like nothing's ever happened. It's a conflicting feeling. It's a very conflicting state of mind, because it's coming out so soon of like a fight or flight kind of response, and you're being dumped into a paradise, right? And it's like you have no idea what to do. So you might be, some of you might be dealing with some level of PTSD, or something that has happened to you that's no longer happening. And like the issue could be like dead and gone, but for you inside it still feels like it's going on, and inside it still feels heavy, and inside you still feel very like lost in it. But even if but your surroundings do not reflect that anymore, and so you're having a strong time articulating that to people around you. You're having a hard time even being able to even come to the process of learning how to articulate that, because it's such a complicated and isolating experience. Okay, let's see what's coming for you in the month of July. What else is coming for you in the month of July for Sagittarius? Also, PTSD comes in all shapes and forms from all different types of scenarios and situations, right? So when I say PTSD, like even with the feeling, right? Because there's some of you who downplay, who are kind of downplaying what you're feeling or what you're going through because you feel like you should not be feeling that way, or you feel like you have not gone through anything as severe to feel the way that you feel. But like I said, PTSD comes in all different shapes and forms from all different scenarios, right? Um, no one's PTSD is the same as the next. Um, so with that being said, like, do not let anybody downplay your experiences. Um, Trauma happens in different ways and it affects in different ways. So no matter how small or grand you personally think your trauma is, it is still trauma. And trauma is still very much a powerful influence on the mind. So give yourself a little bit of grace. Okay. What else is coming in the month of July? Okay. All right. Okay. So the month of July is so like I said, so July is going to be a very kind of an open type of month. Outside of what you're feeling internally, externally, your world's going to open up a little bit more. Opportunities are going to come more into fruition. Um, your outside of your life is going to start looking more of like what you have manifested. There's just that missing part that it's just like inside you don't feel there, you don't feel ready, you don't feel like you are appreciating what's going on, nor do you feel deserving of what's going on. But your outside's going to reflect that. So like I said, mentioned earlier, like there might be travel. There's definitely, with this card's out, it definitely confirmed that there's a heavy sense of travel, and there's even a heavier sense of just unplanned travel, of just last minute travel. So for some of you, it could be like on last minute you get invited on a trip, and you're like inside, you're like you just do not feel ready for a trip. You just do not feel like in that place to have a trip, but it's still also in your mind too. It's like, well, it is a trip. Can't say no to a trip. Can't say no to travel, to freedom. Like we gotta go. So it's like a no-brainer for you to go, but like inside, you're still like you're doubting and questioning yourself. Like, okay, can I really do this? Should I really do this? Like like I wanted, like a part of you wants to do it, but another part of you is hesitant to do it because, like I said, there's a part of you that feels guilty that your life is going a little bit more easier than the people around you, and so you might be feeling a little bit more guilt to go on a trip compared to when you know somebody around you who just literally cannot go on a trip, and they deserve a trip, but they can't. But here you are, you feel like you don't deserve a trip, but you're going on a trip, and it's like it makes you feel a little guilty and conflicted with that. But what's come, so that's on one hand, right? Unexpected travel, unexpected opportunities, unexpected just positive, like it's not positive, but just like changes going on in your life, right? They're not brought on by trauma, but just more changes that are coming out of just fortune and out of luck, right? Okay. I'm gonna get clarification on the Two of Swords because we got the Page of Swords and Two of Swords. I'm curious about the Two of Swords because it's still giving me like the energy of unexpected, but there's something else lingering on it that I can't put my finger on. Clarification for the Two of Swords. Okay. Ooh, here we go. Got the Star card and the Ace of Wands. Okay, so what else is coming for you? Okay. So like take what resonates and leave the rest behind. I always forget to say that in the beginning of the readings. I don't know why, because I think in my mind it's like it's such a like a I want to say common sense because common sense is not always common sense, but I don't know. For me, it just feels like it like comes with the territory of readings. Like you take what resonates and leave the rest, but um, sometimes it is needed to be said as a reminder for some. But yeah, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. It's a general reading, but there's a lot of you that has like a I must be okay. I've been noticing a lot of my reads so far since I started this channel that it's been gravitating more towards people who have more of a who practice more of the spiritual practice and more of the occult practices rather than like the more traditional organized religions. I'm starting to realize that my readings get pulled more towards those who practice outside of the norm. So for those that do, it's July is definitely gonna be calling you. I feel like a lot of times this aimless feeling that you're feeling, and this feeling of just not knowing of like a feeling like you have too much time almost. It's like you feel like you have too much time in July and that you're wasting it. That time a lot of times is being placed in for you to strengthen your connection to spirit and to strengthen and solidify any spiritual practices that you do, or should even as pushing you to implement more spiritual practices into your life. Um, it's asking for a center, like it's like more sense pushing you to center yourself in July. So like take it resonates, leave this behind. But if that really strongly, if you're strongly into spiritual practices and stuff like that, July is going to be a big call for you to center yourself and also to push for more further connection. Okay, what lessons are coming for you in July? Okay. Do I want to take those? Those kind of... I'll take them. Can't hurt. Until it hurts. Okay. We got the Eight of Swords, Eight of Wands, the High Priestess, High Priest. You know, sometimes I really hate my tongue, you know? It just never works for me. High Priestess, the Emperor, and the Sun card. Okay. Alright. Lessons. So, okay. Okay. That makes sense to why you feel like you cannot call on anybody. It's not because it's not okay. So what you feel, right, you can't talk to other people is because they're going to do something worse than you, and you feel like there's no emotional space basically for you to talk about what your problems are. Spirit saying that's not the full picture of it, of why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. It's because you have outgrown the social circle that you are in. You have outgrown the connections that you have around people. And that's not to say that they're bad for you, or that that they no longer will have a role in your life. It's just right now in your lifetime, or not in your lifetime, in this time of your life, right? You have outgrown. And it's not to say they'll never catch up to you, but just right now, in the time and place of right now, you are further ahead. And because you're further ahead, you're not going to feel a very strong connection to the people around you. You're not going to feel a strong pull towards them. You're not going to feel a strong connection to anybody really around you until you go beyond and push yourself to a new area to find new people that are on the same level as you, which explains why travel and kind of unexpected travels is in the cards for you, is because you are being needed, and you are feeling a need for a circle, for a community that you're at level with. You may not know that or recognize that immediately, that need, but that aimlessness, and that, like I said, aimlessness for one is in that feeling of you having too much energy but have nothing, but with nothing to do, is a pull for your spirituality, right? And for others, it's that feeling of that loneliness, or that feeling of feeling just like that you are useless to the people around you. It's because you're being called to find new people. You're being called to go outside the circle that you have put yourself in. You have outgrown the space that you're in, and because you have outgrown the space that you're in, but you are very hesitant to leave that space you're in because you have worked very hard to get into that space. Because for some of you, I feel like you have not been in that space for very long. You have not known these people for very long, but you've already feel that disconnection, and you feel a little bit frustrated because it's in your mind. It's taken so much just to find this community, and now this community is no longer working for me. There's something wrong with me, and it's not the case. It's just that you are growing at a very fast pace, and it's rightly so. You are a sage. You are forever learning. You are forever growing. And you are the traveler. Like, unfortunately, it's never gonna be. You're never. I wouldn't say you would never, but as a Sagittarius, it's a heavy weight, but you're always going to be on a faster level than most. you're always going to be a little bit more moving on to new things a little bit more at a faster pace than other people. Because of that, it can leave you feeling very lonely. It can leave you feeling very lost at times. And so, and also one of the lessons that you're coming into July is learning, for one, you have outgrown the people around you, and for two, you're having to relearn, okay, what do you now need? Who do you now need? Like, what type of community do you now need, and what do you think will best serve you now? And so you're going through that process of, for one, morning, basically the community that you have to leave now, and now to also discover what new community, and then to find that new community. So there's a lot of, so this timing that you have around your life, that, you know, you feel like you have a lot of empty time, like work is not as stressful as it was these last couple months, or you might find yourself out of work and with just more time around your hands. You might find that, you know, school is over and you have, you know, you have way more time around you. um, could find that, let's say you were married and now you're divorced, so now you're not dealing with so much stress at home, so now you have more time, right? It could be stuff like that. And so this time is allowing you, which is much needed time, which you feel like is going to be empty time, which will you later discover throughout July. It's like, okay, no, I actually need this time to do some work on me. I need this time to figure some stuff out. Okay. All right. What good things are coming for you in July? Oh, okay. Got the Two of Cups. All right. So take what resonates with what's behind. So there's multiple ways this can develop out to. For one, you could be receiving a lot more downloads in the month of July about a certain someone, whether or not you've already made a connection to them, or you have yet to come into union with them, or if you already are in union with them. It's just going to be a lot more developments in pertaining towards, um, like, I want to say twin flame, but it's I say it's more than a twin flame, and I know some of you are like, what's more than a twin flame? And so let's take out all the terminologies, right? Let's take out the word twin flame, let's take out the word soulmate, and let's just go back to basics and say the person that is meant for you, right? And I'm not, it's like, it doesn't have to be twin flame, it doesn't have to be your soulmate, it's just the person that you're meant to be with in this life. You're going to be receiving a lot more downloads about them, a lot more information about them. So whether or not you're already in connection with them or not, um, you're going to be understanding them a little bit more. So let's say if you are in contact with them, let's say you're already in a relationship with them, you could be already married to them, right? You could just be understanding your partner on a different level. You could be just being a lot more intuitive about your partner. It could just be that you just feel a lot more connected to them emotionally. And if for others of you who are not in connection with this person yet, or in a break with this person, you are going to be starting to get a lot more dreams about them, a lot more you're going to be seeing things a lot more that are going to be reminding you of this person, whether or not you have met them or not, right? Or if you're in question about whether or not someone was your person or not your person, you're still going to be receiving downloads. So the month of July, and it says it's a good thing. And when I asked the card, it says it's a very good thing. And so for some of you, it could be a connection that you have been craving for and been yearning for. And so the month of July is very much going to be a month where you're going to see a little bit more development in that area. I'm not meaning that's going to be like union in the month of July. For some of you, they may be, but a lot of you, it's just going to be a lot more intuitive downloads about this person. So anyway, that's all I have for you for your monthly reading. I hope you guys resonated. Let me know down below in the comments if you do, how to better connect to your energy. I do offer personal readings. I'll left the link down below in the description box. Feel free to like and subscribe. But yeah, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and I do hope you guys connected with the reading, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, bye.